Are you feeling like you're constantly walking a tightrope, struggling to maintain balance between the two most important women in your life? It's a common dilemma, a delicate dance of emotions and expectations. The love for your mother, a bond forged over a lifetime, clashes with the deep affection and commitment you have for your wife, your partner, in building a future. This internal conflict can be incredibly stressful, leaving you feeling torn and unsure of how to navigate these crucial relationships. The pressure to please both can feel overwhelming, as if any decision you make will inevitably disappoint one of them. You're not alone in this struggle. Many men find themselves in this very position, caught between the powerful forces of family and love. So, let's talk about how to balance that love, how to create a harmonious environment where everyone feels valued and respected. It's about finding a way to nurture both relationships without sacrificing your own well-being or creating unnecessary friction. This isn't about choosing one over the other, but rather about understanding the unique needs and expectations of each woman in your life. It's about building bridges of understanding and fostering a sense of unity within your family. The goal is to create a space where love can flourish, where everyone feels secure and appreciated, and where you can be the loving husband and son you aspire to be. Look, it's totally normal for tensions to pop up. Disagreements, misunderstandings, and moments of friction are inevitable in any family dynamic, especially when you're dealing with strong personalities and deeply rooted emotions. Perhaps your mother feels threatened by your wife's presence. Or maybe your wife feels like she's constantly competing for your attention. These feelings are often unspoken, simmering beneath the surface and creating an atmosphere of unease. It's important to acknowledge that these tensions exist and to address them proactively, rather than letting them fester and escalate into larger conflicts. Ignoring the problem won't make it go away. In fact, it will likely make it worse. It's understandable, even predictable, when your mum and your wife both want your attention. They both love you, they both want to feel important in your life, and sometimes those desires can clash. Your mother may be used to being the primary woman in your life, and adjusting to sharing that role with your wife can be challenging. Your wife, on the other hand, wants to feel like she's your priority, the person you turn to first and foremost. This competition for your attention can manifest in various ways, from subtle digs and passive-aggressive comments to outright arguments and demands. It's crucial to recognize these patterns and to understand the underlying needs that are driving them. But here's the secret. You don't have to pick sides. You are not a judge in a courtroom, forced to deliver a verdict that will inevitably favor one party over the other. You are the bridge, the connector, the person who can help these two important women in your life understand and appreciate each other. Instead of seeing this as a competition, reframe it as an opportunity to create a more loving and supportive family environment. Your role is to mediate, to facilitate communication, and to ensure that everyone feels heard and valued. This requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to address difficult conversations head-on. Instead, set healthy boundaries. This is perhaps the most crucial step in maintaining harmony between your mother and your wife. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior in your relationships. They protect your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. Without clear boundaries, you risk being pulled in too many directions, feeling overwhelmed and resentful. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish or uncaring. It's about creating a sustainable and respectful dynamic for everyone involved. It's about teaching others how to treat you and how to respect your relationships. Make sure each relationship is respected. This means honoring the unique bond you have with your mother while also prioritizing your commitment to your wife. It means setting limits on how much your mother can interfere in your marriage and ensuring that your wife feels like she is your number one priority. Respect also means avoiding triangulation, which is when one person tries to involve you in a conflict with another person. For example, if your mother complains about your wife, gently but firmly redirect the conversation. Similarly, if your wife complains about your mother, encourage her to communicate directly with her or offer to mediate a conversation between them. Communicate openly. Honesty is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Be transparent with both your mother and your wife about your feelings, your needs, and your expectations. Don't be afraid to express your concerns or to address difficult topics. However, it's important to communicate with kindness and respect, avoiding accusatory language or blaming. Use I statements to express your feelings without putting the other person on the defensive. For example, instead of saying, "You always make me feel like I have to choose between you," try saying, "I feel torn when I sense tension between you two, and I would appreciate it if we could all work together to create a more harmonious environment." Let your wife know she's your partner, not a competitor. Reassure her that she is your chosen family, the person you've committed to building a life with. Make her feel loved, cherished, and appreciated. Spend quality time together, listen to her concerns and support her dreams. Remind her that your love for her is unwavering and that she will always be your priority. Small gestures of affection, such as a heartfelt compliment, a loving touch, or a thoughtful gift, can go a long way in reinforcing your bond and making her feel secure in your relationship. And remind your mum that your new family is your priority. This can be a difficult conversation, but it's essential for setting clear expectations. Let her know that while you will always love and respect her, your commitment to your wife and your new family comes first. Explain that this doesn't diminish your love for her, but rather reflects the natural progression of life. Reassure her that you still value her advice and support, but that you and your wife need to make your own decisions as a couple. Frame it as a new chapter in your relationship, one where you're still her son, but also a husband and a partner. But her place in your life is secure. Emphasize that your love for her is unconditional and that she will always be an important part of your life. Make an effort to spend quality time with her, listen to her stories, and show her that you care. Celebrate her accomplishments, acknowledge her feelings, and let her know that you appreciate everything she has done for you. Regular phone calls, visits, and small acts of kindness can help her feel loved and valued, even as your relationship evolves. Remind her that she is not losing a son, but gaining a daughter. Carve out time for both. Intentionality is key. Don't just assume that you'll find time for both your mother and your wife. Schedule it into your calendar. This demonstrates that you value both relationships and that you are committed to nurturing them. Plan separate activities with each of them, as well as activities that involve both of them. This could include family dinners, holiday celebrations, or weekend getaways. The key is to be mindful of everyone's needs and preferences and to create opportunities for positive interactions. A simple coffee with your mum, a chance to catch up, reminisce about old times, and show her that you're thinking of her. These small moments of connection can make a big difference in maintaining a strong and loving relationship. It's an opportunity to listen to her concerns, offer your support, and simply enjoy each other's company. It's a reminder that even though your life has changed, your bond remains strong. And a date night with your wife, a dedicated time for romance, intimacy, and connection. This is your opportunity to reconnect, to focus on each other, and to reignite the spark in your relationship. Put away your phones, turn off the TV, and simply enjoy each other's company. Talk about your dreams, your fears, and your aspirations. Remind each other why you fell in love in the first place can make all the difference. These small, consistent efforts to nurture both relationships can create a ripple effect of positivity, leading to a more harmonious and loving family environment. It's about showing both your mother and your wife that they are valued, respected, and loved. It's about building bridges of understanding and fostering a sense of unity. When everyone feels secure and appreciated, tensions will naturally dissipate and love will flourish. Remember, it's not about winning affection. This isn't a competition, and there are no winners or losers. The goal is not to prove who loves you more or who deserves your attention more. Instead, focus on creating a loving and supportive environment where everyone feels valued and appreciated. It's about building harmony. It's about fostering a sense of unity, respect, and understanding within your family. It's about creating a space where everyone feels safe, loved, and appreciated. When you prioritize harmony, you create a foundation for lasting relationships and a more fulfilling life. So next time you feel pulled in two directions, when you feel the weight of expectations and the pressure to please everyone, take a breath, stand firm, and lead with love. Remember that you are the anchor, the person who can guide your family towards a more harmonious and loving future. Trust your instincts, communicate openly, and always prioritize respect and understanding. By leading with love, you can create a family environment where everyone feels valued, appreciated, and secure.